Good evening, everybody. It is about 4 minutes to midnight on April 23rd, about to be the 24th of 2022, and I'm happy to share with you something interesting, something novel and unique. Now, we know that Pokemon games haven't been all they're cracked up to be for a while, and in fact, Pokemon mobile games arguably leave left to be desired, and while Pokemon Go has certainly become significantly better compared to the old days, I contend that some of them are actually pretty good. Not all to be held up to the mobile game standard of something like Pokemon Go. Niantic can only carry the back of mobile Pokemon so much. But I found something quaint. Something with an art style that is quite adorable and lovely, and in my personal opinion, a huge selling point of a app like this, which, I know, you would think, but HIMedia, Evan, how is that going to be enough? Well, I want to tell you guys about an interesting little mobile game called Magickarp Jump. Magickarp Jump takes place in a Pokemon town that was never really interested in conventional Pokemon battling, but really like Magikarp. They like Magikarp so much that they have entire leagues centered around said Magikarp. And they have jumping competitions to see how high Magikarp can jump in relation to each other. And you are a Magikarp trainer. You start the game out by being given an old rod and fishing up a Magikarp. Fishing up said Magikarp will give you your first little partner, and you have to feed it food and take it on training bouts to get it big and strong so it can jump high and beat out all the other competition. And then, once it's hit its max level and it's gotten as far as it can in the league, it retires. At which point, you get a burst of experience points, and then go to fish up your next Magikarp, and repeat the cycle. You gain experience repeatedly through both battling and through retiring your Magikarp. Whenever you do get a Magikarp to full retirement, they get an experience bonus, which makes them grow faster, or the next one grow faster. Functionally, your skill increases at raising them in their tank, and then they just get stronger. A brilliant notion. The game is chock full of little collectibles and events that you can do, including these interesting assistant items where you can summon friends, like a Piplup, a Pikachu, an Eevee, and things of that nature, to come assist you at the pond, and all of them have really interesting powers that either increase the Magikarp's experience, or give you some coins to buy upgrades in the shop, or even extra food that shows up in the tank to help your Magikarp grow faster. Now, the vast majority of these things can only be gotten with diamonds, the premium currency, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But moving on, I want to talk about the different events, because one of the things that is in this game is collectibles. You collect event encounter names and what they do. You collect different patterns of Magikarps, with the most rare being the gold skin. And then each sub-skin of Magikarp, whether it's standard, spiked, a skeleton, gold, all have sub-types as well. And unlocking these not only unlocks other events that become available to you, they also complete challenges which give you more currencies, whether it's the normal or premium, to solve things, as well as powerful items, such as things that, say, for example, allow you to train more than 3 times in every few hours, because there are some timers in there, as well as things that increase the amount, that increase the potency of your ally Pokemon's effects. Also, just a little tidbit for everybody. If you haven't opened the app in I believe it is a 12-hour period, 24-hour period, both a Magickarp and a Feebas will come over to play. Tapping Feebas when it comes into the tank will give you an absurd amount of experience. And also a Manaphy will spawn, which will summon a cacophony of different water-type Pokemon flowing through your tank, dropping off extra food to feed you so you can get bigger and stronger. The game has plenty of parental controls because it is functionally designed for children. And it's drawn as such. It has a very cute and, in my opinion, endearing art style that, for me, is quite worth playing for it alone. It is seeing the little Piplup wave at you when you activate its skill, or Pikachu do a little dance when he gives you some extra experience in activating his skill. It's all quite adorable and endearing, and quite frankly, I would love to see other assets used like this for this game in other things as well. I also personally prefer the designs of Pokemon and things in Magikarp Jump as opposed to something like Pokemon Cafe Mix, which is, as much as the pastel look is good, it is not necessarily my favorite thing in the world. Honestly, it was a little grating at times when I was playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, but that's a whole nother podcast. But let's get to the nitty-gritty. How bad is it payment-wise? Well, you can get one pricey ally Pokemon at 600. I prefer getting Guard of War because even though it has, I believe, a 12 to 24 hour cooldown on its skill, every time you activate it, you get 100 plus coins, which, frankly, if you're openly opening it every once in, like, only for a couple of minutes a day, every day, that is ideal. It shortens the amount of time you actually have to grind. Otherwise, there's plenty of other Pokemon that gives you some nominal amount of coins. Snorlax will give you a bunch of food. You know, Charizard will give you random items for free. All of these have different benefits, and I personally went for a build where I actually don't invest in training whatsoever, and I solely do it through consuming berries, which spawn in the tank randomly and give you and usually will give you a bunch of jump points. Regardless, though, I think it is a free mobile game that literally costs nothing, and you can play it for a good hot minute before you hit that wall where it's just like you're accomplishing nothing. Which is the freemium model at its basic form, but even so, it is the type of thing where it's like, oh, this is cute, I'm gonna play this a little bit today, and you have 5 minutes of joy before you get back to your dreary life. Even so, I think Magikarp Jump is a just fine mobile game. It's it's just average, 5-6 out of 10. It's a 5 in gameplay, a 5 mobile game. But if we just took the art assets to me are really, really nice, and I would give them a 7 or 8 out of 10. Then this is on the YouTube game reviewer Angry Joe show type of scale, where a 5 is average. 5 is by no means bad when you look at it compared to the IGN scale or Rotten Tomatoes or something similar. 5 is just average. It's just good enough. But the art style, I think, brings it to a 6, if you consider that. So do with that information what you will. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, because this might also be on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so very much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. It is officially tomorrow, and I am well overdue for bed. Have a wonderful rest of your day.